Preface of Unknown to History. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Tanica, Madison, Alabama. Unknown to History by Charlotte Mary Yonge. Preface. In page 58 of volume 2 of the second edition of Miss Strickland's Life of Mary, Queen of Scots, or page 100, volume 5 of Burton's History of Scotland, will be found the report on which this tale is founded. If circumstances regarding the Queen's captivity and Babington's plot have been found to be omitted, as well as many interesting personages in the suite of the captive Queen, it must be remembered that the art of the story-teller makes it needful to curtail some of the incidents which would render the narrative too complicated to be interesting to those who wish more for a view of noted characters and remarkable situations than for a minute and accurate sifting of facts and evidence. C. M. Yonge, February 27, 1882. Poor scapegoat of crimes, wear her part what it may, so tortured, so hunted to die. Foul age of deceit and of hate on her head, least stains of gore guiltiness lie. To the hearts of the just, her blood from the dust, not in vain for mercy will cry. Poor scapegoat of nations, and faiths in their strife, so cruel and thou so fair. Poor girl, so best in her misery named, discrowned of two kingdoms and bare. Not first nor last on this one was cast the burden that others should share. Visions of England by F. T. Palgrave. End of Preface. Recording by Tanica, Madison, Alabama. Chapter 1 of Unknown to History by Charlotte Mary Yonge. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Tanica, Madison, Alabama. The Little Waif. On a spring day in the year 1568, Mistress Talbot sat in her lodging at Hull, an upper chamber with a large latticed window, glazed with the circle and diamond leading perpetuated in Dutch pictures, and opening on a carved balcony, whence, had she been so minded, she could have shaken hands with her opposite neighbour. There was a richly carved mantelpiece, with a sea-coal fire burning in it, for though it was May, the sea winds blew cold, and there was a fishy odour about the town, such as it was well to counteract. The floor was of slippery polished oak, the walls hung with leather, gilded in some places, and depending from cornices, whose ornaments proved to an initiated eye that this had once been the refectory of a small priory or cell broken up at the Reformation. Of furniture there was not much, only an open cupboard, displaying 2 silver cups and tankards, a saucepan of the same metal, a few tall, slender Venetian glasses, a little pewter, and some rare shells. A few high-backed chairs were ranged against the wall. There was a tall armoury, a linen press of dark oak, guarded on each side by the twisted weapons of the sea unicorn, and in the middle of the room stood a large solid-looking table, adorned with a brown earthenware bow-pot, containing a stiff posy of roses, southernwood, gillyflowers, pinks, and pansies of small dimensions. On hooks against the wall hung a pair of spurs, a shield, a breastplate, and other pieces of armour, with an open helmet bearing the dog, the well-known crest of the Talbots of the Shrewsbury line. On the polished floor near the window were a child's cart, a little boat, some whelks and limpets. Their owner, a stout boy of 3 years old, in a tight, borderless round cap and homespun madder-dyed frock, lay fast asleep in a big wooden cradle, scarcely large enough, however, to contain him as he lay curled up, sucking his thumb, and hugging to his breast the soft fragment of a sea-bird's downy breast. If he stirred, his mother's foot was on the rocker as she sat spinning, but her spindle danced languidly on the floor, as if feeble was her hand and silly her thread, while she listened anxiously for every sound in the street below. She wore a dark blue dress with a small lace ruff opening in front, deep cuffs to match, and a white apron likewise edged with lace, and a coif bent down in the centre over a sweet countenance, matronly, though
Sample complete. Ready to continue?